So now let's discuss about classification of carbon and hydrogen. So here let's take a good example of ethane, CH3CH3. Now if you want to classify the carbon here, and about hydrogens, then you must remember, if one carbon is attached to only one carbon, if this carbon is attached to only one carbon, then it is classified as primary carbon. And if a carbon is attached with two carbons, it is classified as secondary carbon. And if a carbon is attached with three carbons, you're getting it, then it is called as tertiary carbon or third degree carbon. Or if a carbon is attached with four carbons, then it is classified as quaternary carbon. Similarly, it goes for hydrogen. If the hydrogen attached to primary carbon, it is called as primary hydrogen. If the hydrogen is attached to secondary carbon, then it becomes secondary hydrogen. Similarly, if a hydrogen is attached to tertiary carbon, it becomes tertiary hydrogen. There is no quaternary hydrogen. So now let's take a look into the matter of this example. So it's CH3CH3. This is called as ethane. Now this becomes primary carbon, as I've explained, and this becomes primary carbon. And when you look over here, it's CH3, CH2, CH3. In this example, this becomes primary, and this becomes secondary, and this becomes primary, and six primary hydrogens and two secondary hydrogens. And this is called as isobutane. This is a general nomenclature. Nomenclature will be discussed further. But let's take another example like this: CH3, CH2, CH2, and CH3. This is primary, this is secondary, this is secondary, and this is primary. And similarly, if you take another example, CH3, CH, CH3, and CH3, over here you can observe this is primary, this is primary, this is primary. And look at this carbon, interesting, right? It is attached to three carbons, it becomes tertiary, and one tertiary hydrogen is there over here. And this is called as neopentane. And let's take another example: CH3, CH, CH, CH3. This is attached with CH3, this is attached with CH3. As I've told, this is primary. This is attached with three carbons. You are observing 1, 2, 3. This becomes tertiary. This becomes primary as it is attached to one carbon only, and this becomes tertiary as it is attached with three carbons, and this becomes primary, and this becomes primary. Let's take another example like this: CH3, C, CH3, CH3, CH, CH3, CH, CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. Now if you come from the back to forth, we can observe this is primary, and this becomes 1, 2, 3. It's attached with three carbons, so it's tertiary. It's tertiary. It becomes primary. It is attached with three carbons, so it's tertiary. This is quite interesting because it is attached with four different carbons. It is quaternary, and this both become primary, and this is even primary. This is called as 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexamethyl hexane. And I will give the nomenclature, like naming these compounds, in the further classes. And now let's try to learn about in the next classes. Now let's try to learn about the nomenclature itself.